Good morning, everybody. I'm back down here where I was the last time. Water's up about 2 feet. My goal today is I'm gonna try to catch some perch or possibly some crappie and use this catfish bait and see what kind of catfish might be out here. So let's get to it. I'm gonna use some worms. I didn't grab any minnows. Still got some night crawlers. So hopefully we can catch some catfish bait. A lot of people use worms, but I've never had much luck using worms for catfish, especially the bigger ones. But some people have. Sun's kind of shining right at me. It's about a little after 8 in the morning right now. I don't think it's very deep right there. Like I said, the water's up about 2 feet. Usually there's a bunch of rocks right here and then it drops off real sharp. Yeah, it's shallow. Alright. Guess I'm gonna have to raise this bobber up, cast out even further. There we go. Bobber's laying down out there too. Yeah. Try shallower and fish right here. Sun's kind of right in the freaking way right here. Shining right at us, but too shallow over there. I may just leave it there. Throw a rooster tail out for a little bit. Never catch a crappie or a small bass or something we can use as bait. We'll see. Hopefully we have some luck. Ooh, I think it's just on dragon bottom. Broke off one of my hooks on my rooster tail, which is no bueno. Guess I gotta reel in faster so I don't drag bottom. And I'm stuck again. This is not turning out great. Pretty sure I just broke it off. Yeah, I did. Alright, well, let's tie something else on, I guess. Note to self, don't throw rooster tails over there. Try one of these, I guess. I don't like that. I need to put these rubber sleeves on this hook. Yeah, either push them way down or cut them off. I'll just push this one down. Only I got company. A lot of people fishing this morning. It's Saturday though. A lot of cars along the side of the road parked up there. Alright, let's try this one. Alright, I got one on the swimmer shad. Should have been rolling. Yep, oh Sandy. Look at that bad boy. I think that's catfish bait right there. Not a bad one. Here in where I'm at in Oklahoma, it's legal to use legally caught sand bass as bait. But before I do it, I'm going to go ahead and look at the regulations anyway, just to make sure. Alright guys, I looked it up. Legal use any legally caught fish as bait in Oklahoma. So I got me a chunk of sand bass. Let's see if we can't catch a giant out here somewhere. I gotta fix my sinker slide. It's all twisted up somehow. There we go. It's untwisted, now it's sliding. Alright, I'm gonna cast right out the shore. Now we're just kind of sit and wait. I'm gonna see about stacking some rocks up around it, or maybe even moving it. I don't like how it's not going in the ground very far, so I'm gonna move it back here. There, now it's all the way in the ground. Close my bell, tighten my line. There we are. Now I got a bell. That warned me. So I'm gonna try to catch another sand bass because that was fun. Yep, that one's plenty of bait for a while. So whatever else we catch, we'll just throw back. Maybe this time the camera will be rolling. Got him on a little swim bait bought at Walmart, little shad swim bait. I'm right back over here where I was. Got him over here. Let's if we can't get another one just for fun. Those things do fight. Fight as good as any bass. And largemouth fight really good. Probably the best fighters besides striper. But striper get huge. I think this one was real close to the bank here. May have been looking for a spot to spawn, I don't know. Didn't look pregnant, so it's probably a male. It's about spawning season for the sand bass. Nice if we caught a whole mess of them. I've never eaten a sand bass. I don't know what they taste like. If you know what they taste like, let me know down in the comments. I imagine they taste like fish, of course, but nice if we caught a 40 or 50 pound catfish out of here. Ooh. And there, that wasn't a bite. Walk down here a little bit further. Wish I could get to those bluffs down there. I don't know if y'all can see them, but where it bends down, where the creek channel bends back. There's some bluffs over there. I bet there's some huge catfish over there. Dang bird nest. There's the knot. Easy peasy. This little swim bait is probably a little too big for that sand bass, but got him hooked somehow. Only thing in its mouth was the hook. Pretty deep here. I haven't drug bottom yet. This is a pretty deep area here. Not like back over there. It's shallow over there, at least till you get towards the middle. When I caught that sand bass, I was a few feet back that direction, and I saw him swirl, and I kept getting hits. Small hits, and then that last cast he got on and I got him hooked. Fought a little bit, but mostly played dead. He may still be lethargic. This water's still kind of chilly. I think it's been flirting around 50 degrees for the water temperature. Another stupid bird nest. Still pretty new at these bait casters, but I'm getting the hang of it. Finally figured out how to get them untangled without having to cut all the line and stuff. You don't jerk on it. You put your thumb on it, and then you reel it in slow until you go on past where the knot is, and kind of push that knot out, and then you let your drag loose and then pull the string out. And usually, yeah, what the heck's going on here? I probably got my tension a little too loose. I just loosened it up. Tighten it back up and see if that helps. Yeah, that helped. Alright, so I loosened the spool tension up, and it, I guess, was a little too much. That spool was spinning too fast, so gotta tighten back up. No bird nest. Like I said, I'm still pretty new at these bait casters, so I'm figuring it out. Oh, I just had a bite. Almost like it hit it as soon as it hit the water. I'm gonna get it back out there. I didn't get the hook set on that one. Hopefully it comes back and bites it again, or something else does. I've heard catfish is pretty long ways up this creek channel. Didn't quite make it to the bluffs. I did a kayak for that. A lot of glass and trash down here. I didn't realize that many people came down here. Guess they do though. This PSA. Friendly reminder to go fishing somewhere. Take your trash bag with you. Really gives us fishermen a bad name and a bad rap. We leave our trash behind. But I'm sure you're all adults. Not telling you what to do, just suggesting. Anyway, I'm making my way back down to the catfish pool and my tackle bag. And my little perch pole's still here, so that's a good sign. Or a bad one, I don't know. Don't look like the perch are biting, I guess. Or the catfish in this area. Cast out a little further, I guess. I don't know. Should about drinking some snacks. A little thirsty and hungry. But I'm a fat guy, so that's what fat guys do, they eat. was warming up in the 80s consistently, 50s and 60s at night. And then we had a good storm, and it's been kind of inconsistent with the weather. Big old loggerhead turtle or something out there. Oh shit. Well guys, another one while the camera was off. This is a largemouth. Pretty small, but maybe I need to turn the camera on and leave it on, huh? Using this little doohickey. Kept throwing those swim baits off. It kept breaking my line for some reason. I got 20-pound braid, but figured instead of losing more of those, I'd try this thing. See if we can catch another one while the camera's rolling. That's some bites. About how my luck goes. Either don't catch them or catch them when the camera's off. We're getting bites. I think. I don't think it's dragon bottom. That was a hit for sure. I just didn't get the hook set. Yeah, maybe I'm dragon bottom, who knows. Yeah, that's just how it goes, I guess. Catch them when the camera's not rolling. That was bottom. Well, 2 fish, but didn't get the action on cameras. Just the fish. Kind of hoping something big would come up and eat my dang bait on my catfish pole, but Haven't heard the bell going off. I'm gonna check it for too long. If my bait's still there. I haven't been right next to it. I've been walking around casting lures out. Those bass are right here. I wonder if they've been moving up into this creek to spawn. Makes sense, but and there goes another bird nest. Well, I guess I gotta turn the camera off to catch another one. I don't know. That's the way it seems. My luck only comes when nobody's watching. It's starting to warm up a little. Let me take my hoodie off, I don't know. I'm planning on staying out here all day. Or too much longer for that matter. think I've caught more bass this year than I've ever caught in my life. No, actually that was last year. So far this year's off to a good start. I've caught 5, 6 this year. That's counting largemouth and sand bass. Yeah, I walked a long ways. Yeah, up there on the ridge, I don't know if y'all can see him, but he must have been back over there fishing. Certainly did walk a long ways. I went back over that way to pee. Hopefully he didn't see me. I hate to embarrass myself. It's kind of cold out, if you know what I mean. Stupid bird nests. I don't know how I can do 1,000 freaking casts, not get any bird nests, and all of a sudden I start getting a bunch of bird nests. Maybe it's just me getting careless, not paying attention to what I'm doing. I don't know. We'll chalk it up to being a newbie at the bait caster. When I got over here to my catfish pole, my line is super slack. Nothing on it though. I don't know if I even had a bite. If I did, it didn't get hooked. I'm gonna put a fresh piece on there. Cast it back out. And a bite on my catfish pole. Nothing major yet. It just kind of bent it over a little bit. Maybe a turtle. It's not taking off with it, that's for sure. Really subtle, just kind of pulled on it and let go. Still kind of messing with it. No, it ain't there. Maybe a small one. Or a turtle, I don't know. We'll wait and see. That was quick though. That's the wind there, but we'll give it a few more minutes. I got something pulling on it again. Pretty sure it's a turtle though. Wind's blowing a little bit. Something kind of keeps pulling it down, holding it for a second, and letting it back up. In my experience, that's what turtles do. And I've seen a giant turtle head pop up out of the water earlier. I think I'm gonna call it a day though. I'm not gonna wait around. So, yeah. Until next time.